Welcome to Fortune Cookies Tarot. It was 0 degrees when I woke up today on Wednesday. You're getting this video on Thursday, and my hair chose violence. So I'm wearing this hat until I can get to the hair salon. We're talking about King Charles and what his next moves are going to be. We'll be right back. Welcome, Tarot fam. I'm Annabelle. I'm a tarot practitioner for over 35 years. In this video, we're going to be talking about King Charles. We're going to be going over what happened when he offered Harry the place to stay and it got turned down. We are going to talk about his relationship with the brand new President Trump. We're going to talk about his relationship with existing Prime Minister Keir Starmer, how that's going to go. We're also going to talk about his health and his reign. Sounds like a lot we're going to cover in this. Before we get to that, I want to remind you guys, or I want to let you guys know that I'm starting a new series called A Teaspoon of Tarot. One of my amazing followers had given it a name. And what it's basically going to be, we're going to go over some of the details on the Rider-Waite, specifically tarot cards. We're going to go through some symbology, color imagery, that kind of stuff, and just give you a little bit of a lesson. If you want more, you can always go over to my School of Cartomancy. There's a link on all of those shorts and a link in every video, so you can go check that out. I have a 3-day free course that you can have some fun with. So we're going to bring up the card view. Before I do that, please like, share, and subscribe. And I hope you're having a fantastic day. Let's see what's going on with King Charles III. So, as we all know from the news, Harry has now settled the court case with media. Instead of slaying dragons, he kind of laid down and rolled over and showed his belly. Just saying. So prior to him arriving in England, and I don't even believe he went there because apparently he slept through the first settlement offer, King Charles had offered him a place to stay there. In one of the castle keeps, so he wouldn't have to pay for security, beg, borrow, or steal security, and he would feel safe and secure in one of those lovely rooms that they have there. Harry obviously turned him down, did not take him up on it, and how do we think King Charles feels about that? Yay! This is a celebration card. The 3 of Cups is a celebration card. So they were glad that he said no. I guess they just did not want to deal with him. What were they concerned about with him staying there? What were their concerns? What were their concerns? Concerns were that it was going to be a fight and going over the same old ground. Not in the fun Pink Floyd kind of way. This was definitely worrying about just hearing the same thing over and over again. And that's something that I've been hearing in my comments from some of you, that Harry wants to tell his story, but he's already told it. We've already heard the story. It's like the soap story. You know, we've already heard it 8,000 times. So let's see what King Charles's next move is. And as always, we're going to find that yellow brick road. So what is his next move with this? What is his next move? But he is just not going to do anything. He is going to stay in his place and be peaceful about it. So just a teaspoon of tarot here, guys. This is a warrior, a leader coming back from war in the 6 of Wands. He is coming back from a battle. The war is not won, but the battle is won. So while he is just kind of shrugging it off and not really planning anything for the future, meaning King Charles, he feels victorious in this moment. I think the peace that he feels when there is no drama around him far outweighs the restoration of the relationship with his son. So what should he continue to do? What should he continue to do? Yellow brick road. So I have been of the opinion that King Charles is still financing something in Harry's life. I do think that he is offering some kind of an allowance or a stipend or something like that. I think that's still going on. However, I do think that the relationship is frosty. I don't think that there is much of a relationship there in terms of calling up and saying, "Hey, how are you?" There may be an individual. I don't think King Charles does this at all. I think there's an individual that maintains some kind of contact and periodically checks in, but I think he really has checked out of the day to day. Oh my goodness, I'm sorry, I'm boring myself. The day to day with his son. I just don't think that he's really engaged. Is he sad about it? Absolutely. It is unfortunately something that is consuming his days and interfering with his relationship with the rest of his family at times, not all the time, but at times. So I do think that he needs to keep this business to himself, keep the relationship at a healthy distance. I'm sorry, keep the money train going, because when that money train stops, even if he's funding comments and complaints, you guys know who I'm talking about. Even if he's funding that inadvertently, I think it's much worse if he doesn't. Honestly, I do think that Harry would be out on the street if, I'm sorry, I'm yawning, if he wasn't being funded in some manner. So it is what it is. So now, King Charles has also privately congratulated Donald Trump on his ascension to his second term as president of the United States of America. How is this relationship going to go? Before we do that, how does King Charles really feel about him? What does he really feel? The Chariot, the Tower. So he does think that Donald Trump is very progressive in the sense that he is a disruptor. What he doesn't like is the change of some of the global things. He wants to see the United States stay as a participant in global things. So I think the pulling out of the World Health Organization, pulling out of having issues with NATO, pulling out of the climate accord. I think that King Charles does have some issues with that. As goes the US, so goes the world. I think his feeling is that perhaps other nations are going to start to pull back on these things. So what should he do about that? Yellow Brick Road. What should he do about his concerns about Trump pulling out of some of those environmental things that King Charles holds so dear? I think that he should wait for others to create a ruckus. I don't think that he needs to be the Flint on this one. I don't think he needs to kick up a dust storm, because other people are going to kick up a dust storm. And he doesn't King Charles does not have to be the solver of it all. He can drop seeds. These pentacles are sometimes seeds, especially when that page is holding them. They're little baby tiny seeds. So King Charles can drop some seeds, make some suggestions, and kind of go that route. Temperance is his best bet, which is a tempered response, a balanced response, being kind, being polite. I do think that in terms of the royal family, Donald Trump has been very, very respectful to the Queen. I think he will continue to be respectful to King Charles III. And I think that they will behave accordingly. So how is this relationship going to go? Unvarnished. That's an unvarnished response. How is Trump going to? Trump is going to be their seed planter, but also a catalyst. And King Charles is going to be traditionalist, but willing to work with him. So I think that this looks pretty good. I think, as much as Trump is, he is a Republican, but he is a more progressive Republican, in my opinion, much like the libertarianism that I love, looking at things from a different perspective. We don't have to throw out tradition. We can keep tradition, modify it. We can use the things that work, and we can launch into the future together with technologies and those things. We saw that with the AI announcement the other day. So I didn't see any response from King Charles yet on the AI discussion that our country is having here in the US. So this will be very interesting. I think they're going to be cordial and polite, working with each other in a professional capacity. Personally, if they don't like each other, so be it. Doesn't matter. I'm looking at their professional capacity. They can hate him behind closed doors, but they got to work with them. I say to people all the time, you don't have to like me to make money with me. So let's look at the relationship with Keir Starmer. Keir Starmer's making some unusual moves. Oh, Page of Swords. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, I'm not going much further than that. Looks like King Charles is not real keen on Keir Starmer. Looks like he thinks the time is nigh for, yet again, that revolving door to be put into 10 Downing Street. So let's see what else we got here. How does Keir feel about the king? Knight of Pentacles, King of Pentacles. So I do think that Keir Starmer shows deference, professional deference to the king, but I don't think that he respects him personally. I think there is some holdback there, and I think that there is a fundamental dislike for the structure that has created monarchy. I'm not saying that Keir Starmer does not like the monarchy. I am saying that he doesn't like the structures. He doesn't like the class structures. That is a level of class that you can't pierce on a good day. You're just not going up there. Just not working. You got to be upper middle class, like Kate Middleton's family, to get your foot in the door. So I think that there is a little bitterness on his part. He doesn't like the institution. Would Keir like to see the monarchy disappear? It's a double-edged sword. Actually, it's a triple-edged sword. So I think he's under, he would like it to not be the machine that it is. He would like it not to be exclusive the way it is, but he knows that there's too much of the population currently that would bristle at that idea. So I think he has read the room properly in terms of the public's response. Now, I know my former in-laws, they weren't real keen on the royal family until we had one of ours go and work for the Queen's Guard. And then they became a little bit warmer to it. So, people's opinions change. And I do think that Keir is one of those people that is just like, meh, we could take it or we could leave it. We could turn it. What is going on? Why am I yawning? We could turn it into something different. I'm so sorry, guys. So what can King Charles do to keep this relationship equalized? What can he do? What can he do? What should he do? He needs a third party in there that can express his concerns and trepidation for some of the ideas that are being put forth and some of the things that are happening. So getting a mediator in there allows King Charles to sit back and not necessarily deliver the no's that he wants to give. And it allows him to put someone else in that director seat, which is interesting because he's the king. So I do think that he is of the opinion, King Charles is of the opinion that Keir Starmer's time is done, that his time is done, and he needs to move over and give up the goose. it's not working. The situation is not working. We need that fresh start with you in the United Kingdom need the fresh start with that Ace of Wands. So this is really what I think he wants to do. I think, in order to execute that, it has to be very delicate. Let's take a look at his health. Let's look at his health. I don't get good readings on King Charles' health. So let's see what we get now. His health for the next few months. Ooh. 10 of Pentacles in reverse. That means things are failing. Things are not functioning the way they should. Crossed by 10 of Wands, which means they are becoming difficult to bear. Under the surface, Ace of Cups. Closing out. Ace of Cups in the upright is new beginnings. We're not getting a new beginning. What is behind us in that suitcase position? Collaboration with doctors in reverse. Up top, the Lovers in reverse. Guys, this is breaking contracts, stepping away from things, maybe quitting a job. I've been saying for some time that I do think that King Charles is very keen on retirement from the position, whether that is abdication or the establishment of a regency with Prince of Wales, William Prince of Wales in that place. Who knows? Let's see what our final outcome is. 3 of Wands. So recently he did say that he has no worries about the monarchy because of Kate, his daughter-in-law. Catherine, Princess of Wales, not Kate. The article said Kate. That's why I said it. So that 3 of Wands, I think he feels very, very confident. And this says to me, possibly regency. Handing things off to William and Catherine, public relations wise, would be tremendous for him. There would be a tremendous surge of happiness and joy with the start of a new reign. And I've said since his coronation was pared down that they were saving the money for William and Catherine's coronation. So I'm thinking not a coronation, but I think we're going to get a regency very, very soon, possibly in the next year. So I think the idea of regency is really neat for him. I think it's a way to celebrate your successor moving into his own, also being able to still have some agency over, even though it's a regency, it's not like, a coup or something like that. It's going to be probably a really good way for Charles to get the rest that he needs, King Charles to get the rest that he needs, and also for the monarchy to truly have a king and queen. We have King Charles and we have Queen Camilla, but there are some people that have a certain opinion about Queen Camilla. I think having William and Catherine running the country would be a very, very welcome situation from monarchist. I do think that. So I hope you enjoyed this reading. Let me know what you think down below, what you think about regency. If you are in any of the Commonwealth countries or the United Kingdom, let me know what you think about regency or abdication. Which would you prefer if King Charles was to step down from his role as monarch? As a country that does not have a monarch, I'm not sure how I would feel about that. Does it weaken the monarchy, or does it strengthen the monarchy because now we have 2 highly likable individuals that will be king and queen, and will it bring in a sense of celebration into the country? Curious about your opinion on that. So as always, I want you guys to make sure that you take advantage of my January sales. January is coming to a close. I will have some new sales for February, but I don't know if they're going to be as good as the January sales. I don't know what I'm going to do for February. I don't have it planned yet. So I'm certain that they're going to be lots of lovey-dovey readings for Valentine's Day next month, starting on the 1st, but it is now the end of January and I've got lots of time on this Saturday. So get on in there and book your readings and let's see if we can help you live your best life and find that yellow brick road. As always, thank you so much and I'll see you in the future. Have a great day, guys.